Good evening. It's Sunday, January 19th, a little later in the evening, and this is the Dan log where I talk about what's going on in my life. And, well, Sundays are usually a pretty laid back day. A little bit of laundry. My wife and I hang out together. We watch CBS Sunday Morning. We usually watch a little bit of spiritual stuff or New Age type stuff. Sometimes we watch educational programs on PBS. We watched some Huell Hauser today, visiting California. A couple of interesting episodes. One was about Temecula, the town we live in, which I love to call summer's winter home. Beautiful little town in Southern California. And the other Huell Hauser episode was about the Glendora Castle, which is a castle a guy built over in Glendora, California. It's amazing. He did a couple episodes on it, one in 1990, I want to say, and then another one probably a couple years before he passed away. So it must have been like 2013-ish. And then we had deep dish pizza from Rosati's, which is a Chicago chain, but just down the hill here in Temecula. So interestingly enough, for dinner. And we watched a classic 1958 movie called South Pacific, starring Mitzi Gaynor and a few other older stars that we know of, not know personally, but know of from many films we watched when we were younger. And it's the movie is World War II era setting, set in a Pacific island among an archipelago of multiple islands. Uh, has a backdrop of World War II naval conflict and island conflict with Japan. And also, actually, the war in this film doesn't play a large part, really. I mean, it does and it doesn't. It's not like all those World War II movies that are just about the battles and stuff like that. No, this is more about personal ethics, morals. It's a romance story. It's a couple of romance stories going on at the same time. And it's an interesting social commentary, especially given the era 1958 and the actual play, the Broadway play was written in the 1940s. So it's very progressive for its time. Uh, a couple of quick references. If you should happen to watch the film, I think women in that era wouldn't be caught dead wearing pants. They'd be wearing a skirt or a dress. Uh, it's, really old school, like my grandparents' generation, old school. So, but it's a fascinating look at life in those times. And like a lot of movies back in that era, it's stilted. It's a musical. So there's a lot of song and dance numbers in it, but it's really enjoyable and it's kind of interesting to see the pivots in culture that were happening even then. And I think it was really well done and enjoyable. Not a lot of gore, and well, there really wasn't any gory violence in it. There was a little bit of imitation gunshots and stuff like that. It does have some war-ish scenes, but yeah, no no real gore or blood or anything like that. That everything was done more by insinuation, and well, it's just really cool old film, and it's long. 2.5 hours long. It actually has an intermission. We played it on YouTube TV. Um, if you have a YouTube TV subscription, it's included. It also was available on Amazon, but we decided to go with YouTube TV because that way we didn't have commercials in the middle of it, which was really nice. So I'm going to be doing a post on the blog and a little bit of imagery here to set the tone, but it's a really cool old movie, and a lot of younger folks might not know about it. Let me switch over to the screen share here real quick, and yeah, that's a little AI art that I did to, because I don't want to step on copyright to set the tone. There's a pretty good article on it on Wikipedia. I highly recommend going to look at it, and I will link the blog post for this in the for comments on this video, and also on the blog post I'll be linking the Wikipedia article. Um, Now, if you've never seen this movie, I would definitely recommend taking a little bit of time to go over and give it a look. And let's see here. Let's get back over to the camera. So, yeah, that was kind of the day. A little laundry, and classic quiet weekend stuff. Really enjoyable day. And on that note, I'm gonna say, well, we've got one more day this weekend because thankfully tomorrow's Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Um, for those of you who celebrate or volunteer, thank you. And well, I think this will be my last one for this weekend, and I'll get back to it next weekend. Everyone have a great week, and I'll see you next time. Peace, long life, stay safe out there. Have a wonderful holiday tomorrow if you're off, and we'll talk to you again soon.